Good afternoon, and welcome to Cliffyland's Global Cooking Challenge. This afternoon is part one of two parts of night two of cooking the food of Vietnam. Vietnam, country number 190 on our 193-week, 4-year round-the-world Learn to Cook Challenge, where I learn to cook by doing the food of a different country in alphabetical order, one country a week. We are up to country number 190. Hello there on Periscope. And hello, Dawn. Thank you for joining us. Tonight we are doing part one of our dish. Thank you very much, Anne-Marie. For the, we're making caramelized pork chops, Suon Nuong, with Nuoc Cham, which is a Vietnamese dipping sauce. We're going to be doing the sort of marinating part here, which is going to take a tiny bit of time, and then we're going to come back for part two around 7:30 Eastern time when we do the final prep, and that is really only going to take about 10 minutes. Hola, ¿cómo te va? Juan Muñoz. So let me flip the meerkat. We are a meerkat and on Periscope. Hey there. Oh my goodness, look what I forgot. I forgot to put on my apron. Uh-oh. Oopsie doopsie. Here we go. So let us put our lens on and get the meerkat people situated. And hey Niels, how you doing? Greetings. I can't believe I forgot to put on my apron. So give me 1 second here while I put myself together. We have everything all prepped, ready to go behind me. Again, if you see me taking pictures, everything is for the blog. The blog is located at cliffyland.com. There you can find pictures, links to the original recipes, information about the countries, and video, etc. Hey, Niels, you're watching football. Yes, that seems to be quite the thing where you are. Okay, let me flip the Periscope people around. Sorry if you're getting dizzy. We're going to get you up over the stove so you can see this part and hopefully won't fall in. We are heating up some water in the tea kettle because we're going to need boiling water. We're going to need to make this caramel sauce. There's a lot of caramel happening here. Thank you for liking the restream, Niels, by the way. We have got our boiling water going, and I need to get my camera to take pictures before I forget. And so we're going to heat up half a cup of sugar in our saucepan here. Now let me see if I can get it so meerkat people can get some kind of look at the pan. 1-0 for Belgium. Good for you. Okay. And hola. Estamos cocinando la comida de Vietnam. País número 190 de 193 en nuestro 4 años. Cosa aquí que estamos aprendiendo cocinando la comida de un país por semana. Okay, that was for our Spanish-speaking audience. Basically saying what the challenge is about. So we're going to add our half a cup of sugar into our pot here, and we're going to wait for it to dissolve. We have to stir it often. And I apologize to any Periscope people if I don't see your comments because I'm busy looking up at the time. And I need to get a measuring cup here because we're going to be pouring a quarter cup of sugar into the pot here. Thank you for the hearts and the likes and all that stuff. And I just discovered my under-counter light is out, which is very exciting. Everything keeps breaking down all at the same time. This again is night 2 of 3. This is going to be the longer part of tonight's dinner, in that the actual final cook, which is going to be around 7:30 Eastern Daylight Time in the United States. About 3 and 3/4 hours from now, when we'll do basically the 10 minutes that it takes to cook the actual pork chop. We did night 1 on Friday night. We had guests. I was a little bit out of my mind because A, I had guests, B, I was sort of doing 3 dishes at the same time. And then we did a caramelized chicken with jalapenos, which was very tasty. We did coconut packets with banana and rice for dessert. That was also very tasty. and we did summer rolls with a dipping sauce, a different dipping sauce, which was quite good. Face du citron. Okay, citron is lime. Du. Face. I'm trying to remember my French. Face. That would be make? No. Face. I don't know what face is. I forgot. But this is, we're melting our sugar here. We're trying to caramelize it, and then we are boiling water. So we're stirring this until it starts to caramelize. I've only done this part, actually one time before, for a few months ago. I even forgot what country it was. Hello, how do I work this app and earn money too? Well, the earning money part is going to be on you. But this app, you do your thing. Put on what you want to put on, see if people watch. About making money about it, that's a whole other question. And I'm going to take this off the heat here. For now, while we wait for our sugar to melt and to turn into caramel. And when it does that, we are going to take it off the heat and add in our boiling water. Again, if you see me taking pictures, it is for the blog, cliffyland.com. You can find us on Facebook, you can like us on Facebook, you can follow on Twitter, on Instagram, on Pinterest, and please, 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 please go to our YouTube channel and subscribe. Just look for the name Cliffyland. That's cliffyland.com. You'll find the page there, and you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, and YouTube. Friday night's dinner is on YouTube. You can see the Periscope view of that already on YouTube. And it came out rather nicely. We're going to put this on YouTube, and then the blogs come out every Friday, where you can see the you have to broadcast. You're asking if there are two parts. This is part one. Part two will be coming at 7:30. I'm hoping that's what your question meant. Okay, I'm going to pour in some boiling water in here to get a 1/4 cup. And we're going to take this off the heat over here. Let me move meerkatters around so you can see. And then we're going to pour in our 1/2 cup of boiling water into this. Yes, there's going to be a reaction. And now we're going to put this back on the heat and stir it until the caramel dissolves in the water. Right now it's very sticky and hard, and we're waiting for it to dissolve. Now we have all our prep happening. You're gonna fail because you don't heart you or do it. I'm just doing it for the heart. Simultaneous streams now. One on Meerkat also. Yes, indeed. Yes, I mean, it would be nice to get some money out of this. It would be nice if people looked at the YouTube channel and saw ads and clicked on them. We will be switching to Busker, from Meerkat to Busker. Periscope will stay. ¿Qué hace? Estoy haciendo comida de Vietnam. Un canto de cerdo con azúcar, caramel de Vietnam, y vamos a hacer una salsa también. We're making a dipping sauce for this, but we'll be switching from Busker, from Meerkat to Busker after we hit Zimbabwe, our final nation on this challenge, in 3 weeks. That's country number 193. It will be our final country on Meerkat after we finish part one of our challenge, which started back in September of 2012. We are going to do a soft launch for part two by doing certain countries, territories, sovereign states that are not United Nations member states, and we'll be doing that for the better part of the summer, taking some time off towards the end of the summer, and then we will begin phase two, which will be doing A to Z one more time, only one night a week though, for each country. We'll be trying to do redemption of the things I, did the first time around, see how I can improve them 4 years later. And then any given second night, we'll be doing the 50 U.S. states. Any given third night, we'll be doing a random cuisine picked at random, and you'll be able to help by suggesting on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or Pinterest your desire to see a particular dish or a particular cuisine of a particular country. And we'll take that into consideration. There'll be no guarantees. Still trying to get this to melt, and I forgot to turn the heat back on. which probably would be a problem. So still waiting for that to completely dissolve. Did you ever make couples fish already? I'm not remember. Maybe check out the blog. If it was for Belgium, the answer is no. If it was for the Netherlands, possibly yes. I did something with potatoes from the Netherlands that I really messed up badly. For Belgium, that was very, very early in the process for me. So I do very, very little. I did make some wonderful pommes frites for Belgium, and I remember that. And something else I messed up badly, again, that was very, very early in the process. I didn't know how to boil water when I started this whole thing 4 years ago. So now I know more. Hey, Love Now Polish, thank you for liking the restream. Okay, so once this is dissolved, we're going to remove this from the pan and let it cool down some. It's almost dissolved. Yay! Let me make sure I got that last bit that's on the spatula. Okay, so we're going to let this cool off the stove here and get a picture of you. And then we're going to move the Periscope people up over the prep station, because that's where we're moving to right now. Yeah, there you go. And you get to come this way. I've moved all my gear over this way, but that makes it tricky because I'm not used to having the Periscope people sitting here, or the Meerkat people in the same spot. So here's what we got. We have our caramel cooling off, and now we have our food processor over here. Can you see it? Can you see it? You should try making goulash soup. I did make I don't know if that's a goulash. I did make a goulash. Oddly enough, not for Hungary, even though goulash is specifically Hungarian. I did it for Romania. I did a Romanian goulash. If that's what we're talking about. Amit, is that Amit? No, Sharif. Thank you for the like. Hello, Austin. So, we have our food processor here. And this is going to get loud for a minute. So, if you have earbuds or a silencer button or something, you may want to get your fingers on that pretty quickly. Because we're going to transfer to the food processor our syrup, our caramel here. And I need to turn off the heat. Okay, here goes. In you go. And let me try to get every last bit of that out. It seems to have started to solidify again. And we're listening to Vietnamese music, if you couldn't tell. These are Vietnamese gongs and drums. Okay, so now we have that in there. Now to that, we are going to add a lot of things. We're going to add, this is a tablespoon of sugar. And we're going to add about a 1/4 cup of sliced shallots. And then we're going to add 1/2 cup of sliced lemongrass. And then we're going to add, this is about 2 tablespoons of peanut oil. And then we're going to add, this is 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. The soy sauce I have happens to be a mushroom soy sauce because that's what I have left over from a previous encounter. And then we're going to add a tablespoon of fish sauce made from anchovies, very, very salty. And then we're going to add 2 tablespoons of pepper, ground black pepper. And then there's a whole lot of garlic. There's 8 cloves of garlic. Anthony, how you doing? How you doing? Greetings. 8 cloves of garlic going in. Boom. And that's a whole lot of garlic. In fact, it's so much it's sticking to the ramekin. Make sure it all gets in there. Okay, so now I said that is some sticky sauce. Okay. Now we have all that in there. Here's where the noise comes in. So get your earbuds ready, get your silencer button ready, everything, because it's going to be loud. Okay, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, go. Let's see if it's smooth enough. Ow, my ears. Okay. That looks pretty smooth. Okay. Let me scrape as much of that as I can out of that and back into the receptacle. Fish sauce is very smelly. And everything that we're doing here, from this sauce to the dipping sauce we're going to be making in a second, involves the fish sauce. So this place smells a lot. But let me put this aside for a moment and move on to our pork chop. Now, our pork chop here, you can see it here. In the US, pork chops are very thick. This is actually 2 that were not quite so big, 2 half-pound pork chops, which I froze for 20 minutes and sliced horizontally, and to make 4 thin pork chops, and then pounded those in between 2 pieces of plastic to make them flat like this. So that's what this is. And now that we have that, and let me make sure I have a picture of it. Okay. We are going to place these in this casserole dish. And we are going to put these down as best we can. Notice they have flattened down, which is the idea. I'm trying to take the biggest ones, put them down so they fit. It's almost like prosciutto. Very thin, hopefully not falling apart. I deboned them, obviously. Hello, Enskin Barzani. So, their pork chop going down, and let me wash my hands real quick. Thank you. Okay, so now once we have that down, we are going to cover this. No, we're not. We have to put the sauce in it. But where did my... Let's go. Okay. Here we go. So, this goes over that. Our sauce is going to be poured over the pork chop. And this is going to marinate. Now, this can be from anywhere from 1 hour to overnight. I did not feel like doing this last night. Ergo, we're doing this now. And that is the middle part of my thing. Yay! So, I need to find something to pull that out with. Hopefully not my hands. How about a paper towel? Here, that'll work. Okay. Come back. Yay. Okay, so now I'm going to try to spread that over everything. And then we're going to cover this with a plastic wrap. And then put that in the fridge for, like I said, anywhere from 1 to 3 hours. For 1 hour to overnight. It's almost 4 o'clock, 5, 6, 7, so that's going to be 3 hours and 3.5 hours it's going to wind up in there. So we're going to cover you up with the plastic. Okay. Here we go. Oh, I hate working with plastic. Paul, thank you for liking the restream. And now, that's going to go in the fridge. If I can find the room. If I could find the room. Oh, where will I find the... Oh my god. Problem.
What?
I can't find room.
Huh?
Problem. Hold on. Okay, wow, there's a lot of stuff in here. Okay, that part is there. So now we're going to work on our dipping sauce, which is our Nucor Cham. I can't pronounce. I'm sorry. I apologize to any Vietnamese person or persons in the audience. Nucor Cham, our Vietnamese dipping sauce. So let me get my ingredients over here from the other side. Hello from the other side. So one moment. We'll get everything situated. Okay. Right with ya. Okay, so I'm gonna work on our dipping sauce. For our dipping sauce, first we're going to place on this cutting board right here 1 tablespoon of sugar. And then we're going to put our 2 cloves of garlic. Yes, 2 cloves of garlic down. And then 1 of our 2 red Thai chilies. We have a little plant on our balcony because otherwise it's actually very hard to find where we happen to live here in the northern part of South Florida. And now we're going to use the knife and roughly chop everything together. Roughly. I'm good with the roughly. What are you cooking? Right now I'm making the dipping sauce for the Vietnamese caramelized pork. Vietnamese caramelized pork is called, again, I apologize for the pronunciation, Suon Nuong. And this is the dipping sauce called Nucor Cham. Again, pronunciation is going to be horrible. This is for night 2 of Vietnam, our second of 3 nights of cooking the food of Vietnam. Our 3rd night will be on Tuesday, and part 2 will be about a 10 to 15 minute stream at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. We are in Florida in the United States, so that's what our time frame is looking like here. So roughly chopping all of this together, and then we have to use the side of the knife to turn it into a rough paste. So let me get a picture of that. Okay. And I need a bowl. I need me a bowl. I need a bowl. Okay. Okay. Okay, rough paste. Anne Marie, hey, you're on both sides. Thank you for liking the restream. How are things in Canada? I hope they're cooler than they are here. Here it feels like 97. I'm sorry, just a suggestion. I did not read the second half of that comment. I wasn't looking up. You may want to enter it again. Something about electronics? I apologize. That's one that side. Yeah, I didn't get the second. I didn't get the first part of that. They're usually filthy. What? Oh, the electronics? You mean, I don't know. Oh, you mean this? You shouldn't manipulate with food. I keep washing my hands in between every time I go back and forth. And I sterilize everything before I cook anything, just to make sure I'm not contaminating anything. So, thank you for your concern. Okay, so now let me wash my hands again. And now we are going to get a bowl out here, and and we're going to transfer this paste to this bowl. I need to get me a whisk. Okay. Wash my hands again, just to prove that I care, because I do. Okay, so once we have this in, I need to get a whisk, and then we're gonna whisk in. Did that whisk in fish sauce? We have more fish sauce that's gonna be going in here. And then we're also going to whisk in lime juice, which is about 2 tablespoons of lime juice. So that's going in too. And wowzers. So we're going to whisk this together. There's something missing. I swear to you, I know there's something missing. Something is missing. Oh yes, I need to put in the rest of the sugar. So this is another 2 tablespoons of sugar going in. There's a lot of sugar happening here.
A whole lot of sugar.
A whole lot of sugar going on. Okay. There's the caramel sauce and then a very sugary dipping sauce. Vietnamese cuisine is very, 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 very detailed. And I would not even pretend to have even a shred of expertise on the very detailed aspects of it. Everything is very balanced between savory, sweet, and salty, and you name it. And each thing has a different color and a part of the body associated with it. So, hence the very salty, hey Justin, how you doing? Hello, Hollywood. The very salty aspect of the fish sauce and the soy sauce, and the very sweet aspects of the sugar, and the very spicy aspects of the chili pepper, which now that I have to slice, I need to address with rubber gloves, because I don't want to be manipulating a hot chili with my bare hands, because that is no fun for anybody if you touch your eyes. Thank you for the hearts over there.
Sounds like Native American music.
It sort of does. Lots of percussion. It does sound like Native American music, doesn't it? But no, this is Vietnamese gongs. And I am really bad at this, putting the gloves on. It is like a comedy every time I try. The doctor will see you now. Okay, here we go. So we have our other Thai chili pepper, so we're going to slice this very finely. And then add that to the sauce also. Okay, you and you. I really need to wash this knife like in 1 second here. And I'm sorry. Oh, you can see. Okay, good. So the chili goes in to the sauce, and let me wash this knife off before it crystallizes. Okay, so now we have the sauce. We have one more thing to add to the sauce, which is a carrot. It's 2 tablespoons of shredded carrot. It's Vietnamese. Oh, you're talking to someone. Thank you. Thank you for paying attention when I can't. So we're going to add the carrot here. 2 tablespoons of shredded carrot be added to the mix. That's going to give it more sweetness. And we're going to mix that together, and then we're going to cover it and let it sit for a minimum of 30 minutes. It's going to be more like several hours because that's how it works. So this is going to be salty and sweet and spicy and pungent with the garlic. And that is our Suon Nuong, our Vietnamese caramelized, no, that's the pork. This is our Nucor Cham, our Vietnamese dipping sauce. So let me get me a cover for that. And then we were gonna call it an afternoon for now. Damn it. Okay, our magic lily pads here. Look at that, lifts and separates. Ooh, ain't it special? So that does it for right now. We're gonna put this in the fridge for 30 minutes, or actually hours. If I can find the room. And that does it for right now. Tune in at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, which is in 3 hours and 21 minutes. We are going to begin the final procedure, which will basically be the frying of the pork chop, and that is going to be served with rice. Very simple. Basically, I'm doing 1.5 recipes tonight. And then again, make sure you go to cliffyland.com. That's cliffyland.com. This way, if you're looking at it upside down, cliffyland.com. You'll find information about the countries, links to the original recipes, information about the countries. These videos right here, all will be linked. They are always posted every Wednesday. And you can go to Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, or YouTube. Hey, Vicky! Hello, we're finishing up right now. And you can follow there, follow, and go to our YouTube channel, subscribe. Go to our YouTube channel and subscribe. You'd be my best friend. And the videos are posted the next day. So this video right here will be posted tomorrow, and the whole blog thing will be on Wednesday. And then if you can't make it this evening, Tuesday night will be the third and final night of Vietnam. So that's it for right now. Catch you guys in a few hours. So catch you later. Good evening and welcome back. This is part 2, the very short finale of night 2 of week number 190, as we continue our 193 week round the world Learn to Cook Challenge, where we learn to cook by cooking the food of a different country, one country a week, from Afghanistan to Zimbabwe. Tonight we are finishing up night 2 with our Vietnamese caramelized pork chops, Suon. I hope I got the pronunciation right, with Nuoc Cham, which is the Vietnamese dipping sauce. We did the stream earlier this morning this afternoon, where we did the marinade for the meat and did the dipping sauce, and now we're quickly going to finish off the pork chops. Hey there, Vanessa, and thank you. Hey, Lavender Femchi. We are simulcasting on Meerkat and Periscope, so let us get this party started. Let me get the Meerkat people situated over by the stove. Hey there, thank you for joining us. Let me get you over here. Usually you're sitting in the cast iron stove, but today you'll be watching it. Okay, let me get the Periscope people coming over. Hey there, Vicky! Good to see you again. Hope you're having fun. Look forward to seeing you. Funky Fairy will be in his house this Friday, right here. So look for that as we eat Yemen next week. But this week we're still in the V's doing Vietnam. Chloe says hi. Hey, Chloe. Text me the time you're going to be here and stuff. Here we go. We have our cast iron skillet out. Again, everything is going to be on the blog at cliffyland.com. Yum, yay. And that blog will be up on Wednesday, as things are up every Wednesday. So here we have our marinated pork chops, which we marinated earlier in our marinade that had all sorts of good stuff in it, with chili peppers and garlic and so forth. And I need to find my tongs and my spatula for this. Okay, hope I didn't miss anybody's comments. Thank you for the like over there on Meerkat. So let me move this over to one side, over here, and heat up the oven. It says the cast iron skillet. Allegedly, it's supposed to be on high. This is a very big cast iron skillet, and this is a not so fantabulous stove. So I wind up getting weird, uneven heat on it, which is not a good combo. This pork chops, as if you weren't with us before when we did the marinade, a standard American pork chop is very, very thick. So one pork chop could get you 4 pork chops for this. In this case, we had 2 pork chops, which were chilled for about an hour. No, for about 3 hours. Oh, thank you for sharing, Vicky. For about an hour in the freezer, so that got a little thicker, or easier to cut rather, and then we cut them like lengthwise and then pounded them flat and put them in our marinade, in which we find them right now. And that involved a number of spices and salts, soy sauce, and lots of fish sauce. Fish sauce being a very big deal. Fish sauce made from anchovies. Anchovy water runoff, if you're getting specific. This recipe said thing 0 about, do you like the flat top stove? No, not crazy about it. I really would prefer gas, but that's sadly not an option in this particular locale. Thank you for the like, Petrolo. So this says gotcha, yeah. Also, this cast iron seems to be, I mean, it fits on the pattern of it, but the heat seems to wind up like right here in the center, which means that things get overcooked here and not cooked, you know, at the same level out here. So I always now have learned to try to bear this in mind. I just had the cast iron for about 6 months now. Never ever had dealt with one before. So again, this has been in a marinade, so I'm hoping that that's going to be okay. I know high heat means something different on a cast iron than it does on the usual nonstick that I'm usually working with. This is going to take just about like 2 minutes, really. So I'm feeling free to babble a little bit here because I know this is going to be very fast. In fact, so is it true no soap on cast iron? Yeah, there's a no soap, no detergent type of situation, because if it cuts the oil, then you need to re-season the pan. And please share scope, guys. Thanks. Oh, thank you, Vicky. You're so sweet. I read is it true they get a little iron when cooking on those? Oh, when you eat, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe it's good for you. You're supposed to season it before using. These tend to come pre-seasoned, but the way to clean it, I found is really phenomenal. Get yourself a potato. One potato, doesn't matter what kind of potato, but cut it in half, and then get some coarse salt, like that, or actually like this. I have to remember, you're seeing things upside down from me. And spread it out and then scrub it with a potato. Scrub it with a potato really good, and then just with water, clean it off, and then wipe it clean, and then preheat your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, whatever that is in Celsius, and coat it with just a light coating of canola oil, vegetable oil, with a paper towel, and then put it in the oven for 1 hour at 400, and that will clean your cast iron really nice, and you won't have to deal with the detergent. I've made the mistake several times of doing that now. I'm trying not to. That's why now I have a bag of potatoes. Before they go all mushy, I get to use it. But that keeps it seasoned and stuff. And the idea is, you know, over the years, the seasoning on the potato, on the skillet gets better and better. So, oh boy, I smell it already. This was saying to do it in batches, but also said to use a small, was using a smaller skillet. So I'm hoping I can do it all in one batch. I need to be taking a picture here as soon as I get this on. Like I said, these are pounded very, very flat. 2 minutes. I'm sorry if I missed a comment. Hey, I'm new here. No, I'm not a chef. I've learned, I've taught myself to cook in this process by doing cooking the food of one country a week in alphabetical order. We are nearing the end of phase 1 of this challenge in our 193rd week. we're making a Vietnamese caramelized pork chop, which is called Suon. I hope I got the pronunciation right. And we're serving that with our dipping sauce, which we made earlier, called Nucor Cham, which is our Vietnamese dipping sauce. This is pork, because it's a pork chop which was sliced very thinly and pounded down. Cool, I didn't know that. I have an old cast iron skillet. Yes, the older it is, the better it is. If you go on eBay and stuff and try to find them, you'll find older ones which are going for a whole lot more money than you would imagine newer ones going for. So while that cooks for another minute, here's our dipping sauce that we created earlier, and I'm going to pour that in some ramekins while I have, oops, okay, let's try flipping you. So it's just about done, and then we'll be serving. We have some white rice that we have made in our rice cooker. Weird, I want my own seasoning. The marinade is phenomenal. And you can check that out. It's going to be on the blog at cliffyland.com on Wednesday, as well as the YouTube. Tomorrow you'll be able to see this and the whole deal
behind you
up on YouTube.
You don't want a knife, do you?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
And so that will be all up on YouTube tomorrow. Already, Friday's dish is already up on YouTube, and that was a caramelized chicken with a summer roll, like a spring roll, but a summer roll, and I believe we're done. It's just like that. So I'm gonna plate you right here. There are 4 servings, although there's only 2 of us eating, so there's going to be a little bit of leftovers. And that's number 1. And there was so much cooking on Friday that I just really didn't feel like doing a whole involved thing today. So this is hot, 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 hot. Let me get it off the burner. And I'm going to move everyone over to the plating station. So, you go off. Okay. Please do not remove your seatbelts until we have come to a full and complete stop. Alrighty. So, we have our pork chop, and I need to put down my dipping sauce on the side, and I'm going to plate, oh, stupid me. Stupid me. Well, okay. I should have put down the rice first. Oh, golly gee, rice isn't completely done yet. Should be done any second, though. So, here we're killing time. Killing time waiting for the rice to be done. And the rice cooker is right there. I want some. Yay! You can come over. You can have the last piece. Who's that? Rakatsi. Raza. Welcome. How fast can you get to Florida? That's the question of the hour. Okay, and also, since I figured there needed to be something else on the plate, I got some bean sprouts to serve on the side, and also to dress it just because I felt like it needed something in the way of color, and it's not completely out of range of things. I'm gonna add some cilantro leaves to it. I know it's not made with intention, but it's for color. In Vietnamese cooking, and the little, very teensy itty bit that I have learned so far, is that the balance of flavors and colors is super, super important. And so trying to get a little bit of that going. hurry up with the rice. Okay, let me wash my hands. I may just say it's done. It normally would be long grain rice, but we used up the long grain rice. So I have some faux basmati called kasmati. It's only allowed to be called basmati if it's made in India. Copyright things and such. So, hurry up. Okay, I'm gonna fluff that with a fork. Okay. Because I'm hungry. And it's dinner time. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna declare it done. It's been half an hour. Okay. Fluffing with a fork. Yeah, that's good enough. I mean, I know basmati isn't really the most authentic for the use for this, but you know, you work with the army you have. So, rice going in here. Ow, 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 ow. You know what? I might serve it in this. Yeah, that works. It's Asian. It works. Let me... Instead of doing little mounds, I'll serve it in the ramekins themselves, right side up. No harm, no foul. Okay. So, it looks like we have some dinner. I can only cook basic like chili. I need cooking skills like yours. Let me tell you, I could not boil water when I started this. There's a long, involved story that I don't have time to tell you here, but trust me when I tell you. I started with zero know-how. I used to eat rice and toast for dinner when I was on my own. So I made the dish from Afghanistan. That went really great. And after that, I just said, hey, let's just keep going. Disasters happen all the time. But sometimes you can only learn by failing. So here we have Vietnam, night 2. We have our Vietnamese pork chop right there with the dipping sauce with side of bean sprouts and white rice. And over here is her sister, pork chop with the dipping sauce and the rice. So again, check for all of that on the blog on Wednesday at cliffyland.com. Where did my sign go? cliffyland.com. That's cliffyland.com. Wednesdays, blogs are posted with information about the countries, links to the original recipes, pictures of everything, the links to these videos, and reviews of how everything went. You'll see night 1 from Friday, night 2 tonight, and Tuesday night will be the third and final night of Vietnam, last of the V's, and we'll be making something special. Don't want to tell you what it is just yet, but check us Tuesday night for night 3 of Vietnam, third and final night. So thank you for joining us. I gotta eat.